Okay.
Oh, you guys saw it. Abuse twice. Send that to YouTube.
YouTube, the abuse police.
Not so much.
Okay. Hey.
I need everyone to know in this weekly check-in, I am dressed business casual up top, California business casual up top, workout pants down below.
You're not supposed to tell people, babe.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be like, you got tuxedo pants down
You
below.
have clashing black pants on. I need everyone to know.
Stop
You
it.
would not go outside with these pants on.
You said you wouldn't say anything.
Welcome to the weekly check-in for the branding week. No?
No way. And also you didn't even
Web
tell
design
me
week.
you were going to start.
I know, that's the best way to do this. This is the web design week, the website week.
Good job.
We are getting a little, the royal we are getting a little loopy, not gonna lie.
Speak for yourself. I feel like I have all my wits about me. Watch this video and you'll find out that's absolute.
Oh, wow.
I thought you could do one of the emojis.
Yeah, I'll do a memoji for you.
A memoji.
That should be someone's drink at a restaurant. If someone hasn't done that yet, do you want a memoji?
That's like a millennial thing waiting to happen.
it really
Hashtag
is.
memoji.
All right, well, enjoy the weekly check-in.
Thank you guys so much for shouting us out on social media, over on the Wandering Aimfully Instagram. I can't even tell you how much it means to us that we're putting in all this work to document the process of building this business. And the idea of sharing the whole process was one thing, but now that we're actually doing it and we're getting feedback from you guys, it really motivates us and sustains us, so thank you.
Can we talk about how brain fried you are in the fact that you just said, thank you so much for shouting us out on social media and Wandering Aimfully on Instagram? I think it was like...
Are you sure that's what I said? On social media, over on the Wandering Aimfully Instagram,
Two separate entities. Like Wandering Aimfully's Instagram is not social media.
all of social media.
Just all of it.
No.
But then the Wandering Aimfully
I
Instagram.
know you're also thinking, but what about Instagram? What about Wandering Aimfully's Instagram?
So just as we introduce you to this weekly check-in video, things are getting a little squirrely around here.
Tears.
But we did want to say
How's
thank
my
you.
makeup?
Truthfully, though, this was something that was very important to us, was to bring up. We know we're not going to answer every single tweet or Instagram or email, although I'm trying to do my best to do those
Me
things
too.
because it matters to us. But it's so appreciative. It is literally the fuel that gets us through the long days, the tough conversations, all the decision making that we have to do every single day. You open up Twitter for 10 minutes of a break to break those things up, and you see all these nice comments, and it's like, all right, cool. Yeah, we're doing something that people are enjoying, spending all the time to document everything. It takes a lot of time.
And it's cool to see what you guys are really responding to. So it helps us when you say like, oh, I loved seeing your process for this, or oh, I loved the unedited meeting videos. Some of you have said that. What?
I love the top button on Jason's shirt.
Or I love how Caroline can't seem to remember what she needs to say in videos.
Yeah. One of the things we talked about in our product customer business model meeting that we posted a while ago, you can go watch that if you want, but maybe you didn't watch that whole thing or maybe you missed it, is we love sending packages to people. And one of the things that we really want to do with the Wandering Aimfully membership that we thought about when we first thought about offering this membership is what we've done with Buy Our Future in the past couple of years, which is send people a welcome box in the mail.
A real, actual package that somebody can look forward to. Usually they don't even totally know that it's coming. So they go to the mailbox, they get this awesome package, and that's really our way of investing in our existing customers. So not just focusing like a lot of businesses do on how can I get the next person to give me money? How can I get my next customer?
Not customer acquisition, customer retention.
Exactly. So we really believe in this idea of customer retention and investing your resources back in the people who have already opted in and said, yes, please take my money. I love what you're doing. And to give them an amazing experience. And we also believe that that's one of the best forms of marketing that you can do, because if you create a great experience for those people, they're gonna wanna talk about it to their friends, and it comes from a really authentic place, so.
Yeah, one of the things that we really like with these is that it's a little bit of surprise and delight as well. You don't expect it. It's not necessarily something that's on the sales page. And I think going forward with the Wandering Aimfully membership, we've decided we are going to do these packages. We're gonna have to figure them out financially, because the ones that we send now at Buy Our Future cost us about $20 to $30, depending on each package and the contents inside of it.
That's per package.
That's per package, $20 to $30 per package. So you can imagine we've had 450-ish people sign up for Buy Our Future. the math on that adds up pretty quickly. But we love these. I mean, I have so much fun. I think I enjoy them way more than you do.
Only because I'm in there folding boxes and my little tiny baby hands are like bleeding and I'm just like, oh my God.
There's no blood.
Organizing spreadsheets of snacks and things.
It's kind of fun though. We didn't get any video of it, but the process is usually we have the spreadsheet, we have a list of things that we're gonna get. We go to the stores together because it's usually a 4 to 5 stop trip
It's
for
like
these
a scavenger hunt of us being like, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, like where do we go?
We get snacks for people is one of the things we get. We come home, we dump everything out on the floor. We have this other stuff we've already purchased. We have these boxes that were custom made.
Make a little assembly line.
We make a little assembly line. It doesn't go very well because we don't make assembly lines, so we don't know what we're doing.
We typically forget our process from months before, so we have to like relearn what we're doing, and then we typically like maybe yell at each other once or twice.
My OCD freaks out when there's just stuff everywhere, but at the end of it, people get packages in the mail that they love and that create this lasting impression. And it's such a captive experience. You don't get a lot of stuff in the mail anymore besides Amazon that you really love and are excited for. And I really want that to be a tenet of our business and something we invest in and focus on. So I just wanted to bring this up. I wanted to talk about it because a lot of people don't know that it exists unless you're a buyer or future buyer. And it is something we want to do with the membership going forward. And these boxes will kind of evolve with your membership as long as you stay a member.
It's also just worth noting that we're trying to build this new business, but that doesn't mean you can just forget your existing business. And it doesn't mean that whatever you're doing right now stops. So you have to kind of juggle it all. And that's what we're trying to do. And it's just managing the schedule and trying to make sure we fit it all in. We're doing a photo shoot.
I'm going undoing the top
Not right
button.
now.
I'm just undoing.
Oh, did you get uncomfortable?
Well, I just wanted to see maybe if someone watches this far, if they're like, ooh, I liked top button better, leave in a comment. Wish you would have left top button.
Or if they're like, ooh, 2 minutes into every video, he unbuttons the top button.
Ooh, a little secret jet. Anyway, we are doing a photo shoot with our friend Jen, who you may have seen in another video. Jen is awesome and as a person, not even as a photographer. She's also awesome as a photographer.
That's photos. This is photos.
I thought you were trying to pinch me.
Oh, this is difficult.
We know we're going to make content with Wandering Aimfully, and we know that content is going to be about us. So we want to have more than just the photos we've casually taken over the years on our phones, to have some really good high quality photos that represent the actual life that we live, not this like made up life that we rented a place or went on a destination and did this stuff. It's like, this is our home, this is where we live, this is the coffee we make, this is where we sit and work, and to actually show just the life that we've built for ourselves in all the content we want to be creating through the Wandering Aimfully Instagram, which you mentioned, other social media sites. Gotcha. I knew that was going to get her. It's a callback. It's a callback joke. But also just to have this stuff as like an arsenal that we can always go into when we go, hey, we had this idea for maybe a mini site or a page on our website. We've got all these photos we can dip into and use, and we don't have to maybe feel like we're getting a lackluster piece of content that we're putting out.
Yeah, we're notoriously bad, I will just say, at taking photos together over the years. So we have about 15 that we really like from like 10 years of being together.
It's also really difficult, unless you're asking people to take photos of you, to get a good photo of yourselves.
One of us just does. Well, typically people are pretty bad at photos anyway, but, and one of, you know, you won't do the selfie stick thing, you won't do the whatever. So we don't have very many. So this is definitely going to help with that. And also it's just worth talking about, do you think that investing in professional photography is necessary or important?
Yeah, I think, I mean, we talk about this a lot when it comes to like first impressions, and that they're not the end all be all, but you really want to make a good first impression. And I think if there's anything that involves photography with your business, and I think most people who are running a business that has content of any kind whatsoever, you're going to need photos of things. And just going on Unsplash or Death to Stock, I mean, those are great resources. You can find so many things, but your own custom photos go a long way to build your brand, to make it look like you've really invested in this stuff.
It's hard to, especially on those free photo sites, just to mention, it's hard to find a consistent aesthetic.
Yeah.
It's hard to find not just consistency, but then one that's compatible with your brand aesthetic. So by investing in professional photos, you can completely control the content of those photos, like the subject. Okay, I want me doing this, or I want these different things, and the aesthetic. So the general feel that you want your brand to project. And I would also say that you can kind of not skimp, but you can go super simple and minimal on design. But if you have really beautiful photos,
they go a long way.
It goes a long way.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at where to spend your money, I think photos are a great thing.
And speaking of that, you don't have to spend a lot of money. I think this is one thing I talked to Caroline right before we started filming. Everyone knows a photographer.
Yes.
Like, there's always a photographer in the family, an aspiring photographer, someone who just bought a camera that wants to maybe play around.
Anything better than you taking a selfie with your iPhone.
Even if you just gave your iPhone to someone else to take photos of you, that is a better thing that you can do. But I will say, and this is just a strategy that you should absolutely steal and use, if you know a photographer you want to work with, or you have a friend or a family or whatever, you don't have to feel like you have to absolutely pay them a bunch of money to take photos of you. Maybe just offer them, hey, can I just borrow an hour of your time to take some photos? I'll buy you lunch. Maybe we could even trade services. Maybe I have something I offer that I could, barter in return. A lot of times people who are in these types of industries, photography, videography, they need help with other things, or they
want pieces for their portfolio or those things. So it's not about going out there and trying to get somebody's hard-earned talent for free, but it's about trying to be creative.
Especially
about
if you don't want to spend a lot of money in the beginning, like we don't. We don't want to spend a lot of money. So.
I mean, you are an amazing photographer, but you're not a professional photographer. But in the first years, I said, okay, I just need some photos for the Made Vibrant website, the first website I did. And so for 30 minutes, we went around the house, chose a good time of day where there was good lighting. And it was just the intention behind, okay, I'm going to make these photos feel like at least there was intention behind it and not stock photos.
Didn't one of those photos end up in the Wall Street Journal?
Front page of the
Did I get photo credit?
Section? Yeah.
Yes!
I made sure you got photo credit.
Budding photography career, still going strong. All right, it's time to reevaluate everything.
Our marriage?
Again, no one commented on that you wanted to reevaluate.
Everyone's like, this whole divorce thing is like a real recurring theme. Ugh. Just kidding, we're stuck together forever, okay, guys?
At least for the next year.
At least. Forever or a year. We're not sure.
In saying time to reevaluate, I also mean timeline reevaluate.
It's like one of those we should write a rap about it.
Magic eye
Time
posters?
to reevaluate timeline.
No. We are about a month into building Wandering Aimfully. Publicly, we are about 2 weeks into it, but we've been working on it beforehand, spoiler alert. And we're at this point where, I don't know about you, but I haven't looked at Asana in 2 weeks.
In at least a week and a half.
Yeah. So we have an Asana board that we created. We haven't looked at any of the things.
Because, can I just say?
Nope, you can't.
Yes, I can.
So we're at this part,
so
and
right now,
we have to do the things, and that's the end of the video. Everyone have a great day. Top button's going back up because I have a business meeting.
The other check-in video where I said, can you just hush for a second? I wish I had a button that said that, or a pull toy or something.
A pull toy? Hold on a second. We're not going any further until we talk about this pull toy.
Like Woody.
You want
Buzz Lightyear.
I'm going to pretend that you only said Woody because it's
to
funnier.
To infinity and
you
beyond.
You want a pull toy called Woody.
No, Woody from Toy Story.
Oh, I know. Anyway, let's get back on track.
You took it to such a dirty place. I didn't even really get what you meant until you just said that to me a second.
Everyone at home watching this,
Woody toy.
Their own homes, realize that, wow, we're way off track.
You're a dirty bird.
Let's come back around. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy around here.
What I was going to say is the reason we haven't looked at Asana, it's not like we're just every day willy-nilly. We're kind of using our blog, the public build site blog template schedule. So remember, if you check back in with the tools post, we manage that through through Airtable. So we've kind of been using that as our everyday, what are we working on thing. And just knowing okay, now we need to start the customer dashboard. Now we need to start the website because next week we're going to write about it. So this upcoming week we're going to write about content. So we're probably going to have to start doing content stuff. But we really need to take a step back and actually look at the bigger timeline and go, okay, when is our absolute deadline on getting the final design files for the new website over to the developer? When do we need to have the content plan in place? All these things. So we, at the beginning of the process, pretty much planned out about 3.5 or 4 weeks. And now it's time to really go back in and plan the rest of the time out.
Yeah, I think we actually planned all of the weeks up until launch, but...
No, we did, but not granularly.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things with every project. You have this great intention that you're gonna stick to your timeline and you're gonna hit all of the things and you're gonna get to your goal. I don't think it works like that for anybody ever. So you have to reevaluate. So that's where we are. We're going to record a meeting about that, which you will get to see, where we go through reevaluating all of the things that we have left and figuring out what can get pushed or what can get moved. One of the things that already got pushed that we'll talk about in that meeting was pre-orders. We wanted to actually do pre-orders the beginning of last week as of recording this, and it didn't happen. It was just one of those things that had to give. It's important, but it wasn't as important as actually getting things built and designed. So we'll talk about how that kind of comes back around and gets worked back in.
And you have to adapt on the fly. When we originally had that idea, there were a lot of reasons why we did that. And then in the process, it was the Friday before, and we were like, are we about to do pre-orders? And we both kind of felt like we hadn't even really dipped our toes fully in and I mean, people were on board, but like, I really wanted to give people an idea of what Wandering Aimfully was going to be before we opened up pre-orders. So you just gotta like adapt, feel it out.
Let's end it.
And say next week, or say, we hope you enjoyed this week, which was all about building the website. Next week, we're gonna talk about, what is it, content and marketing?
You just said it.
What do you mean?
This is one of my favorite things to do. Is that you're like,
Oh, you mean you're gonna use that clip?
Yeah, it's the best.
Did you hear me go content and marketing? Hey!
You got Plaxico excited. Our dog is it's just sitting off camera. This meeting, there's a lot of cords here,
Let's not
bud.
touch cords.
It's not gonna happen. Okay, let's wrap this sucker up because I have a dog that I have to hold on to at this moment. It's okay, bud. Everyone can hear you. They liked your snoring. Yeah, so this is the weekly check-in for the week of design, and we will be back next week with content stuff. We also have a really fun video that we hope to release next week that is a piece of content that's not just a check-in video or a meeting video.
Let's say you've created your thing, your art, your product, your idea. Now it's finally time to put it out into the world and ask someone to give you money for it. Except you can't. You're frozen. Something is holding you back. All of your negative thoughts and self-doubts come rushing forward and the fear takes over.
So
It's like
look
a little
out for that.
mini film,
And
whatever we decide to call
if
it.
you want to subscribe, that would be a way that you find out if that video came out. Ooh, did you see how it seamlessly
Way
did
to
that?
just really hit him hard with the sales.
If you guys didn't
And
notice,
by sales pitch, I mean subscribe pitch.
last week I didn't figure out how to do the card thing, so I haven't
Are
looked
you
into
gonna
it
do
yet.
it?
No, I haven't looked into it yet. We got other
I
things we
think
gotta
it's
do.
easy. I think I've done it before.
Oh wow, okay.
I'll
Well,
do it.
Carol's gonna do it. You know what I didn't do last?
Are you
last
losing
video?
track of the days?
No. Recording on Tascam. Action.
Can we do it again like I like to do it?
No, because that was last week's joke and you have to get a new joke. I would like the landscapers to stop landscaping.
Do you think you're really gonna be able to hear it?
Yes.
That
All right.
peak.
Seems like you're ready. Say that or something like that. There
So
you go.
much about
Perfect.
the scooching. What if I should just scooch all the way out of the shot?
That would be